Welcome back to Newsbeat. For 3 years, all seniors have enjoyed free rides on public transportation here in the Chicago area.
But now Governor Quinn is putting the brakes on the program. Newsbeat's very own Veronica Clough is here with more on the story. Veronica?
Thanks, guys. On Valentine's Day, Governor Pat Quinn didn't show seniors any love when he signed legislation ending their free rides. The program, started in 2008 by then-Governor Rod Blagojevich, cost the CTA and other suburban transit companies millions of dollars.
Seniors have been able to move around freely without the expense, but Chicagoland Public Transportation has lost over $38 million on the deal.
The people who can afford it should pay.
CTA blaming their woes on the elderly, I think that is a farce. I think it's totally disrespectful.
Budget was the word on everybody's lips at the beginning of February in Springfield. Amongst programs to be cut or reduced were administrative costs, Medicaid rates, and of course this free senior rides. This is in hopes of saving the state's $100 billion deficit.
Governor Quinn said, quote, "This reform sets the standard we must meet for state programs by reducing costs while also ensuring transportation services for our most dependent seniors."
Free rides will still be available to seniors who meet specific requirements. The cutoff for a one-person household is an income of $27,000 a year. For a two-person household, the cutoff is $36,000 a year. So there you have it, guys. Senior rides are no longer free.
Veronica, is the program still going to be available for people with disabilities?
Yes, the program for seniors and adults with disabilities is still available. There is an application online, and once again, it goes along specific requirements. So they just have to apply.
Thank you very much,
Thanks,
Veronica.
guys.
A salmonella scare has led to the recall of 2 types of Skippy brand peanut butter. The recall involves the low-fat versions of both the creamy and the super chunk spreads. The recall is for jars of peanut butter with expiration dates between May 16th and May 21st, 2012. The jars should be thrown away. Consumers can call 1-800-453-3432 for a replacement coupon. That's 1-800-453-3432.
A 2-week hearing is underway for the Chicago Tribune's bankruptcy case. The company filed for bankruptcy more than 2 years ago. The company claimed to be more than $13 billion in debt. The outcome of the case will affect several other Tribune-owned newspapers, as well as 23 television stations nationwide. A decision on how the company will be managed is expected before the end of the year.
And Playboy is going private. An investor group led by founder Hugh Hefner closed the $207 million buyout deal this week. Under the deal, Hefner will own just 37%. However, he remains editor-in-chief. Playboy will not move its headquarters from Chicago.
Well, spring is almost here. Temperatures are finally starting to warm up a little bit, but as always, Chicago is throwing us for a loop with some crazy weather.
And Newsbeat's very own Allison Rodriguez is here with the soggy details. Allison, how's it looking outside?
Hey guys, how's it going? It's actually not looking too bad considering we're in the beginning of March and the weather that we have been having, but things are going to get a little bit dicey, I'll tell you guys. Why don't we take a look outside here? It's actually not looking too bad. We're pretty sunny, but it is that cloudiness is going to be building rather, and so we've got a pretty nice look at the skyline here. Current temperatures right now are at 38 degrees. We're reaching up to the high of 45 today. Feels like 30, so you're going to want to keep those coats and scarves on. And we've got an easterly wind of 7 to 8 miles per hour. Again, it is going to be mostly cloudy today. If we take a look right now, we're at 34 here in Bensonville, 34 down in Schaumburg, 37 in Glen Allen. Looking at Riverside, 38 climbing up and down in Hickory Hills as well. And Chicago is holding steady at 35 degrees. So hopefully, again, we are going to be climbing. Now here's our Doppler radar. This is just some leftover moisture in the air. But this will give you a little indication that actually what is coming from the south. We're going to be having a huge storm that's going to be making its way up here to the north area. You guys are going to want to keep those raincoats and umbrellas handy because it is going to get pretty heavy. Probably around 11 o'clock, we're going to hit all those showers over the night. Tonight's conditions, we are getting to 40, which is actually not too bad. Like I said, considering the day and as a low temperature, I'll take it. Winds, we're going to be easterly at 15 miles an hour. So those are going to be picking up speed as we carry on through the night. And we're going to have our sunset at 5:50 p.m. So just before 6 o'clock. And looking at ahead ahead of the week. Tomorrow, like I said, this is where we're going to get really hit with that storm. It's going to create some thunderstorms. If you see 48 degrees, so not too cold, that warm air is going to help create those storms to get a lot of thunder and lightning. Thursday, it's going to be snowing, so we'll bring that back. 35 degrees is a high then, 22 as a low. Friday, not looking too bad either. We're not going to have any rain or snow or anything like that, but it is going to still be cloudy, 46 degrees. Saturday, we're getting the snow again. We're going to be hitting 36 and a low of 22. And Sunday is actually not looking too bad either, 39 degrees, but we're going to steer clear of that rain and snow once again. So things aren't going to be too bad. We'll get pretty nice, then down again, then nice, and then down again. So it's the Chicago weather roller coaster.
So we're not out of the woods yet? No flip-flop weather?
Not out yet, but you know what? Spring break's coming up and all those kids are going to be out, so hopefully we'll have some sunshine for them coming up.
Thanks, Allison. Next on Newsbeat, Ozzie Guillen chose some interesting words to describe Jake Peavy, what he had to say next.
And the Bulls took on the Hornets last night. We'll show you who got stung and who soared to new heights.
Plus, think it's too cold for a dip in Lake Michigan? These brave souls bear the elements for a great cause.